Hello, today is Friday, February the 26th, and I hope everybody's doing well. Today we have Meghan Markle Fake Baby Bump with baby number 2, and it's a girl. And you can see here in the picture in the upper left where she had the huge baby bump that was announcing that she and Harry were expecting baby number 2. And in the lower left-hand column where she was doing a Spotify interview and she's wearing a $3,600 dress and she's flat as a pancake in the stomach area. So I guess we're going to watch again an episode of the Growing Moon Bump during this pregnancy. Disclaimer, full disclaimer can be found in the description below. It's a girl. And what does the pink ring have to do about it? Stick around to the end and you'll be able to find out. Since we're talking about girls, let's talk about friendships. As we grow older, we don't lose friends. We just learn who the real ones are. Friendship is not about who you've known the longest. It's about who walked into your life, said, "I'm here for you," and they proved it. The author is unknown. True friends say good things behind your back and bad things to your face. And that's what we want friends to be. We want them to tell us the truth. We want them to always be honest with us so we know exactly where we stand. All right, I want to talk for just a moment about, remember some of the dresses that Meghan had and everybody talked about her flair and sense of style? We have former President of the United States, Donald Trump's wife, First Lady Melania Trump, and she's wearing the beautiful flesh tone. And we remember Meghan wearing this dress and had a huge bump, and she had a matching flesh tone coat. Then, if you remember the Victoria Beckham dress, where she's wearing a blue dress with the zipper up the back. This is a little bit different, but it's a similar color, and she wore it best, I believe. And you remember Meghan wearing that in her final engagement back in March of last year. And then you'll remember when Meghan and Harry attended the Royal Marine ceremony and with the band, and he stood up to what he thought was the standing ovation for himself, but it was really for the band that was playing. But here Melania is wearing a beautiful red dress, and she wore it first. Now, you've all heard about the James Corden interview. He has a late show in California, and he recently interviewed Harry on a double-decker bus, and for a very informal interview. So we'll just kind of go through this a little bit, but I'll need to turn the sound off. All right, here they are on top of the bus. It says an afternoon with Prince Harry and James Corden. All right, you can see that James and Harry are having a spot of tea and have some cakes there. Oops, they hit a pothole, and the cart seems to topple over right over on top of Harry. And so James very funny tells him to clean it all up. So then they're moving on down the road, and he's showing him different sights, and he says this is his first sightseeing trip. Why? And how he's enjoying this, and we'll just take a quick listen in.
And we were just so comfortable in each other's company. Dating with me, or with any member of the royal family, I guess, is kind of flipped upside down.
Okay, let's move on. But he talks a little bit about the crown and how it is loosely based on true stories. And he's telling a little bit more about what life is like in California and their routine and what it's like in a day with Meghan and Archie.
Maybe watch a little bit of Netflix.
And how do you feel about The Crown?
They don't pretend to be news. It's fictional. But it's loosely based on the truth.
Yes.
Of course it's not strictly accurate.
Of course.
It's not great casting, but it is casting.
So they continue traveling around, and then in just a little while, they're going to show up at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's home where it was filmed.
Family, why did you feel that that was necessary and the right thing to do for you and your family?
It was never walking away. It was stepping back rather than stepping down.
Right.
So he continues to, in this clip, blames the press and talks about how terrible it was and how he had to save his family and to get away.
I will never walk away. I will always be contributing, but my life is public service, so wherever I am in the world, it's going to be the same thing.
Me to you, and I'm already regretting saying that I'll be part of it. But if you follow me, I've got a treat for you.
So here they have gotten to a obstacle course, and they're going to be going through this a little bit and participating in the obstacle course of 8 different events. And this is supposed to be a PR stunt so that Harry's in the spotlight, and they have Meghan on the phone briefly at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's home talking about that he should buy the house because he would be the Fresh Prince and she would be the Fresh Princess. But anyway, it's a lighthearted little episode, but I believe this is Harry's chance to try to polish up his image before the Oprah interview, which we know is going to be mainly interviewing with Meghan, and then Harry is going to step in at the end. So we'll just move forward to that. You can see them going through the obstacle courses.
James, come on! Oh, come on, James, you can do this. Come on.
And that's on the Late Late Show, James Corden. This is LBC, and they have a caller calling in. He's talking about Meghan. She tries to cut him off a little bit and gives him a difficult time because she's asking him for proof. We'll listen in.
Basically, the problem she has is the obnoxious way she treats people. She uses them to gain whatever she wants, and then she spits them out, and once they're no longer of any use to her, she just cuts them dead.
Who has she done that to?
Prime example. Sorry?
Who has she done that to, in your opinion?
Her ex-husband, the people she was connected to.
Well, we don't know anything about what happened with her ex-husband.
Finished.
She must be worried about liability there because she's afraid to let him continue on. I guess doesn't want to have to worry about being sued there. But he tries to explain.
But she's used the royal family to gain what she wants so she can social climb. What she did with her ex-husband is she married him because he was a TV and film producer. He could open doors for her. But, you know, once he was of no use to her anymore, she'd got what she wanted. She divorced him. They were married for less than 2 years.
But don't you think you could accuse any woman who marries into the royal family of social climbing? You could just as easily, and not that I would, but you could just as easily level that accusation at Kate Middleton or Fergie.
And let's move on and see what else we have.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are set to do an interview with Oprah Winfrey, which will air on March 7th, 2021. Winfrey will speak
with the Duchess of Sussex in a wide-ranging interview covering everything from stepping into life as a royal, marriage, motherhood, philanthropy. Later, the two are joined by Prince Harry as they speak about their move to the United States and their future hopes and dreams for their expanding family. And this again was their engagement interview. And we remember Oprah Winfrey was at the wedding, so was James Corden. And so I believe they're cashing in their chips now, and it's time to pay the piper. There we have the famous photo where Meghan's announcing her pregnancy. And let's move on from here. Loose women. And I'll turn it up in just a moment where it goes to one of the other ladies on the panel.
Couple, which will be aired on the 7th of March. Janet, if you were to interview them, what would you ask them?
Well, thank you, Denise. That's so much confidence. Well, it's not the kind of interview that I do, because I don't normally do interviews from the bended knee position.
Oh, CBE, Janet Streetporter.
Yes, well, I took my CBE from the Queen, who is still a resident in this country, the last time I looked.
So she goes on to talk about the type of interview that she'll be having with Meghan, and that she doesn't believe that she'll be getting the hard interview and types of questions that we would all like to know or that she would like to ask. So let's move on from there. And here you have the Sussex Squad podcast, and all links will be below.
The podcast like right after I either have recorded it, made the video, or put it on YouTube. But it's all good because it's all good news, and my gosh, what a wonderful development.
And they tend to gloss over everything and talk about how wonderful Harry and Meghan are, how wonderful they are to be free of the royal family, and the wonderful news that they're now expecting their second baby. So everything's lovely and rosy according to them. Now let's move back to the photo again.
Him and doing everything that he does. I am so ecstatic for Harry and Meghan. Like, this is what they deserve. This is what they deserve. And I gotta say, when Harry and Meghan joined the Get Lit kids on that Zoom, first of all, it's always so adorable. But
now we have another one.
Familiar with. And though she has been a royal for nearly a decade, there are still certain things that Meghan Markle hasn't quite nailed down, like the fact that she shouldn't show Prince Harry so much public attention. Today, we are discussing 10 of the most embarrassing moments Meghan Markle has had since becoming a royal. Stay tuned, because you don't want to miss that.
And she's just talking about, remember this, when they were coming out of the church and
In-laws
there was Scarfgate, and then when Harry and Meghan, where she was always showing all the affection that she had for Harry. But we noticed that now in the United States, that doesn't happen anymore. Meghan's not grabbing at Harry's hand. She's not holding on to him. And this was when she went on tour with the Queen. And we remember that she was going down the receiving line and she was accepting flowers and gifts that she should not have. And this is where she was stepping in the car in front of Her Majesty and said that someone from, I guess, one of the team members there had told her she should do it. But the Queen was very polite and allowed her to go in front of her because, she wasn't going to make a big deal out of this. Okay, and then here we have a few more photos of Meghan and how she's stepping in front of Harry at official engagements, and how she wants to be the first one to be introduced and to be shaking hands. Here we have the blue skirt that was see-through, that she wasn't wearing a slip-on, which is part of royal protocol, and that you could see through it. But there were many more things that were done. These are just a few of the things that were included in the taco video. And again, royal tour and how at official engagements she was constantly holding on to him, and how the Queen and Prince Philip, would not do these types of things. And here she's trying to grab Harry's hand as he swats it away.
Like Harry was dissing his new wife, that wasn't really the case. He was just respecting his grandma and following royal etiquette.
which is something Meghan didn't do. And we all know that. Now let's move over to our story. Fans think Meghan Markle hinted at baby sex with a $1,000 ring. Page 6 Style says, is Meghan Markle hinting at the sex of her unborn child with a new ring? Fans have combed through the ex-royal's most recent public appearances and are suggesting that Markle's pink sapphire ring is a coded hint that they're expecting a baby girl. Is the pink ring an indication hint that it might be a little girl? Read one comment per the UK Sun, while another asked if the ring was Markle's subtle way of saying, I'm having a girl. And this is a picture of the recent interview, and you'll notice she goes from having a 6-7 month baby bump in the announcement that they're expecting baby number 2 to this call for Spotify, and she's prominently wearing the pink ring and has her hands clasped in such a way that you're able to see it. According to the website, the ring is available in 14 and 18 karat yellow gold and made with 100% sustainable recycled gold. The couple filmed the Spotify event, which then plugged their multi-million-dollar deal with Spotify. Here's a close-up for you of the ring. And, of course, we have the baby bump photo for baby number 2. And we go from that to Meghan Markle having a completely flat stomach. Something else about Archie. It said in the Oprah Winfrey interview that they'll be showing videos of him playing on their grounds, but I guess he won't be there in person. So the video of him running around their backyard could have been filmed at any time during a visit of Archie, but I guess he won't be attending the actual interview. And from what we've read online, the interview has already taken place, but then with the announcements that Harry and Meghan would be losing the charities that they had worked with and Harry's marine titles, that they would have to go back and edit and change some of the interview. Again, the ring and the flat stomach and the large baby bump, which was taken before the one in the lower right-hand corner. So let me know in the comments what you all think. Let me know if you think she's using a surrogate again, which is what I believe she's doing. And so don't forget to post your comments, like if you enjoyed the video. And if you do post comments, please know that they are always posted, but they do post on a slight delay. So I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for watching this, and give me some suggestions on what you would like to see in the future, and I'll keep you posted as we have breaking news. Thanks, everyone, and have a wonderful weekend.